Lifestyle investing, where we invest based off our lifestyle to build that future lifestyle. Mike is building.
I'm building all the way.
Myself, and then my dad's here.
Yeah.
Building as
Got
well.
a dad in the house.
Dude, it's been
That's
a fun night.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot.
Yeah, lot of stuff.
A lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
Right? So the one that we're going to talk about now is my dad made a horrible investment. And I think it's good because we can learn a lot from our failures.
Yeah.
Right? You got to fail fast to learn.
Right.
And so I'll let my dad talk about it. But
Okay.
but why are we going to talk about this?
Well, the why is, and this might be unlikely, but the point is, if you can learn now from a mistake that was made by Dad, by Craig, then you don't have to make it yourself. Now, in my experience, a bunch of bruises on my head for times I've hit the wall, and that's ultimately what taught me. But if you can catch this, it'll save you some heartache. So listen, and it might save you some pain.
Boom.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. So, yes, discipline. Stick with the plan. So, I made a large mistake a few years ago. This would have been in 2003, thereabouts. So, I was working with my buddy who had the investment firm and became a multimillionaire, rags to riches, basically. And he taught me a lot about buying and selling. And so, during that process, I was approached by a movie company out of Hollywood. And they said, hey, look, we got these upcoming movies. Do you want to invest into a movie? And I said, no, I'm working on stocks. Oh, and they kept hounding me. And then they said, well, hey, we'll send you some literature. And I should have said no, but I didn't. I deviated and I said, okay, send it. So they sent it. And then they sent a couple of movies, videos. So, okay. So then, next thing you knew, also I talked to my buddy, and I said, hey, have you ever thought about investing into a movie? And he goes, no, man, I only do stocks. Well, that was my key. I should have listened.
Yeah.
And I took $50,000, which I had made from him. So I only took a couple $100 and I turned it into $50,000. And I took that $50,000 and I invested into a movie. And then waiting for the returns because they were promising the world.
Right.
They're saying, oh, you're going to have 35, 50, 100% returns. Well, number one, don't let greed take you over. Because I was thinking, whoa, I could finance a kid's education with all this.
Right.
And so, unfortunately, over time, the profits never came. And then as a result, then I ended up reporting them to the Attorney General in California. And the FBI got involved. And I did get some money back because he got arrested, ended up in jail, and I did get a little bit back. So
some stale popcorn too.
Oh yes. But
not even the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
was there no trailer? Was Val Kilmer involved?
Val Kilmer, yeah.
Because in the Black Burner, there was a movie that Bernie got pitched. I don't know if he told you about this.
He did.
Yeah. And so we were looking at it, and it was like some actor that we kind of recognize the name of. It's like he signed a letter that said he'd be in the movie and stuff. And so it's kind of like that. It's a teaser. They're like looking for some cash. I can see that. I can see it's exciting too. It's glamorous. Like, oh my gosh, you want to be part of the movies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's crazy. Yeah.
And not only movies, it could be in anything.
That's true.
So be really cautious.
On the whole 50% or 100% back of your investment. There was a company that I used to work with when I was at US Bank, and they were a fish market. They would go get stuff out of La Push and they'd sell it at the farmers markets. And so they were giving investment opportunities of 50% back on your investment. And they did a whole line of them, and the money just never came back. So it's and they were showing bank statements of hey, look, here's how much we get in deposits and stuff like that. But if you would have looked really closely at the bank statements, you would have seen that they're still ending up close to zero balance. So there's a lot coming in, but there's also a lot going out. So they didn't have enough to pay back the investors, but they were making these huge promises, just trying to get some cash. So
they're out there.
They are. So how? Okay, so let's say, because I think this is more for people that have had some investment success. Right, because you get a couple dollars rolling in, and then shiny things start popping out, and you're like, oh, okay, I want to double up, triple up,
and you feel like you've been getting lucky.
Exactly, right? And so you just want to keep riding that wave. How does someone, I guess, see one of? I mean, you can't be 100% sure, but how do you go away from something like that? Like so it doesn't happen to you.
Well, if it's too good to be true, then it's false. Just walk away, and that's where the discipline comes in. And
sticking to the rules.
Stick to the rules.
Yeah,
exactly.
which means you have to have some.
Yeah, you got to make the rules before you go into the game, right?
Yeah,
sure.
It just like we talked about success. The definition of success.
Predetermined.
Predetermined, worthwhile goals.
Yeah.
So you've got to establish those before you begin.
So what are some good generic rules before we wrap up for some people to have, like 3 generic rules in investing?
Don't be greedy. Is number one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't be greedy.
Yeah, cannot be greedy at all.
That's another one.
And then establish some guidelines. If you want to invest into something, invest something that you know to begin with, which is really beneficial because you're aware of it, you know it.
Yeah.
And so you got another one?
What's your rule?
What's my
Don't
rule?
be greedy. Know what you're investing in.
I say keep emotions out.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So don't get too excited. Don't get too sad. Don't
And
get
don't get too scared too.
exactly.
Yeah.
On
the
both
other
ends.
end, if things start dropping.
100%.
Yeah. Right.
100%.
Yeah.
Cool guys. That was a lot right there.
Yeah, it was.
Watch it again. But we got a lot of stuff going on in the next video, guys. Peace.